Hey everybody, it's Cassandra with Spokehaven, and I'm just gonna go around today, do a little bit of a shakeout ride. Once we got back from Michigan, I haven't been feeling very well. In fact, I had to take an extra day off of work because I was feeling quite under the weather. I have gotten a couple of workouts in, which is good, so trying to get back into my normal routine. I don't know if it was the race or just the trip that took a lot out of me, but I actually have noticed that there have been quite a few people in my circle that have been kind of in the same boat, like not feeling very well, headaches, nausea. Part of it might be just the change in the weather. So it's really weird right now. It's getting really cold at night, but it's like hot and humid during the day. It's 73 out right now in October in Wisconsin, and it's humid as all heck. Yes, I'm wearing my cycling kit because I plan on forcing myself to ride today and try to get the legs loosened up a little bit, feel a little bit more back to my old self. I'm taking the dog for a walk at the moment. I'm just gonna try to walk around a little bit, loosen up the legs, and then actually I was thinking about doing a little photography ride. So carrying my camera around, stopping at a few of my favorite points along the way and trying to snap some photos, and I'll bring you guys along for the ride. Going to one of our favorite little trails and one of our favorite parks around the area. Right, Stevie? Oh yeah, she's on the path. She knows where she wants to go. All right, so I waited a few hours before I decided to go out on the bike because it got up to about, I think 77 to 79 Fahrenheit today with a lot of humidity. I've barely ridden 4 miles and I'm already sweating. So I took the Fargo out. I wanted to do a little recon because my friend told me that they had changed some of Seminole mountain bike trails. I feel like, what happens is you get the original trail builders that come up with this idea for an area, and then as they leave or they're not involved anymore in the IMBA chapter or in the area, then new people come in and come up with their own ideas of what an area should be. Although I can say that our IMBA chapter has been working on making more accessible and beginner-friendly mountain bike trails in the area, and like pump tracks and things like that to help teach new riders and teach kids about mountain biking and make it accessible for them to go into their local neighborhoods and be able to try out these little trail systems. So I'm gonna ride around. I don't have a GoPro or anything on me. I'm just gonna ride. Sorry, I'm not gonna take you really with me. Maybe I'll stop at some points and commentate on them so you can see what it's like. But here we have a green trail that's I think the outer loop, and then a blue trail, which is the inner loop. And I know that the blue trail had some different features on it that were a little tough for beginner riders, so we'll take a peek and just kind of see where things are at now. So I just stopped here because here's a little example of something I can tell they changed. So those rocks there weren't always there, so I've noticed they've added some little features like this, so like little rock piles, little like kind of off camber like booters and rollers. So you have the option of taking the primary path, or if you want a little bit of a challenge or to like session on a little skill set, they have these little guys kind of, usually they're off to the left of the trail. Yeah, it's to the left on the Seminole Green Trail. And I feel like you can see the houses a little bit better around here. I think they've done a lot of clearing in this direction behind me. They're developing the land kind of around this area, unfortunately. But you'll have that. It's nice to still have a little mountain bike trail in town though. So yeah, that's what some of these things look like. I'll try to stop and kind of feature a couple other little things that I come across that are new. I did notice that the trail like splits kind of at the beginning too. So I'm not quite sure what that's about, but I might have to go re-explore that area when I come back around the loop. So this is kind of a cool little feature. So right here, you kind of go over these tiny little uphill rollers to get some speed and then come down. And then there's this little rock jump, which you could either, you know, try a little jump off of it or just roll down it. If I had suspension on this bike, you better believe I'd be riding this and trying to boot off of it because it looks super fun. So yeah, just another one of those little things that they added. And again, this one's on the left side of the trail. There are some more rock piles on the left side of the trail. I'm sure this trail could use some donation money for some upkeep. But all right, riding on. All right, so I just got done riding the outer loop. I'm gonna go back in and just check out what that split was all about and see like if there's some sort of additional features or something I missed, because that wasn't there before. I've been riding this trail, I actually helped build this trail when it first kind of became a thing. Helped build kind of the section of this outer loop where it kind of goes along the Capital City Trail. So it's really cool to see that it's still here, still standing, it's still being improved. I actually liked all the changes. Granted, I'm on a bike that has 2.2 inch tires, 29 inch by 2.2. I could see if you were riding this on a cross bike, it might not be as fun now with like more of the additional rollers. But it's a little bit mosquito-y still. Mosquitoes in October. Ugh, gross. But yeah, I really liked it. I wish I didn't have, I'm testing out this Ojeva Negra pack right now, and I had it around my waist. I have my camera in here, like my big DSLR full frame in there just to test it out to see what its limits are. I kind of already knew that it's not a great bag for that purpose, but I wanted to give it another try, just see if readjusting it or wearing it more around as like a shoulder pack would help. Spoiler alert, it really hasn't. That's not what this video is about. This is just me rambling on about mountain bike trails and riding bikes and having fun. So let's go check out this new little offshoot of this trail and see what that's all about. Okay, I seem to have discovered one of the things that my friend was talking about. So they have created a little offshoot trail here from the start of the easy route, where you can come off of the main trail, come up, boot off of this guy, come around, and there's a little, I don't know if you can really tell on the video or not, tabletop here that you can go up and over. Not quite as cool as a GoPro, eh? But what are you gonna do? And then you come up to some more like rollers. Trying to stay mostly off the trail in case anyone does come by me. Oh, raccoon turds, I think. Awesome. Anyway, and then you come up, and I believe then you marry up with the original trail. So that's kind of cool, kind of fun. And it's optional, it's not required. So if you have a little dirt jumper or just want to get a little shreddy ready, you can do so. But yeah, that little like booter or kicker actually has a nice little like lip built up so you can kind of preload and come down it. It's not so gnarly that if you don't get any air that you might OTB, maybe, if you don't get enough coming off of it and just come straight down, because there is a dip right here. So I don't know, just ride with caution. I guess you could try to bail out here, but I'm guessing that's not the most ideal situation unless they took this tree out. But I know that they try not to do things like that. But yeah, that kind of looks fun. Not something I'm going to do today, but maybe eventually I'll get there. And this whole area, man, I'm so sad. This used to be all forest behind here. And then you can't see because they like built up this pile of dirt, but the Badger State Trail comes along behind here, and they're just building a bunch of new buildings over here. So they tore down a bunch of really beautiful forest land, unfortunately. Kind of bummed about that, but what are you gonna do? So I got done mountain biking, took some glamour shots of my bike, and came across this. So this tunnel used to just get full of graffiti. So this is going towards the Military Ridge Trail, which I'm actually not looking to do that. I'm actually looking to hop on the Badger State, but I can get there from here. I just absentmindedly started riding this direction, but I'm glad I did, because we've got this cool artwork with all these different birds and different art styles in this tunnel. So if you're on your way to Military Ridge to go mountain biking at Quarry Ridge, or to ride out to Blue Mound or Mount Horeb, you've got some cool artwork to look at. Canada gooses have descended upon us, shitting on everything, everywhere. It's that time of year where they're starting to fly south, and they stop here and attack people on the bike paths all over the city. I don't know if you can hear me even, but yeah, they're terrorizing the Madison area. All right, so I just left a little area where I was riding towards Military Ridge. Now we're going on to the Badger State Trail. I think I'm gonna go right down to Paoli. And so I've made it to Paoli, and you can see there's a couple of cute little shops and restaurants here. I think I may have done a vlog or two showing us around. There's the Schoolhouse Cafe. I'm going to be going to the Hop Garden, which is, I think there's a show going on, but it's right next to the river. Oh man, my sunglasses are really dirty. But I'm gonna try to fill my bottles there, and then I'm going to start heading home because the sun's going down, and I don't know if my lights are fully charged, so better to be safe than sorry. So we'll go check out the Hop Garden and see what's up. This looks fairly new. So the Paoli house over there houses One Oak Bicycles. Used to have an outskirt, or like a second location of Cafe Domestique, but unfortunately they closed. But there's a bunch of little cute shops and things here in Paoli. There's usually music at the Hop Garden in the summertime. And there's a little pub over there. All right, here's a little bit better shot of the Paoli house and the front side. So there's the Purple Goose, and that little shack behind it serves tacos. It's a little taqueria and food place. And I just want to give a huge shout out to the Tipsy Gypsy because she gave me free water in my water bottle. She refilled me so I wouldn't have to buy water. So that was really nice. And the Paoli Pub and Grill. And I think I'm gonna head over to Landmark Creamery over there and see what they've got going on. I'm gonna try to get a snack here before I start my ride home. All right, I'm curious about this place because it used to be a chicken store. So this looks pretty cool. Paoli is one of those little places that, I mean, it's right on a bike route. It's off of the Badger State Trail. A lot of cyclists come through, but it's very like artsy and cute and kitschy, and little galleries and things up there. Some cyclists riding back home. So I'm gonna eat some snacks that I got drink some water, and I'm gonna also make my way home. Okay. Got some brownie action going. Oh my god. It's amazing. There's a really cute dog at the next table over, and I want to say hi to it, but I don't know if I'm able to. I'm definitely that person that sees a dog and freaks out about it. What do we have in here? Grabbed one of these to try. Should be good. Here's my camera. Just kind of wanted to show you guys the depth of this bag that I have. And then I'm gonna try some of this. The Landmark Creamery had this, so I'm gonna pour this in the water that I've got re-upped here. This place is amazing. The lady at the Tipsy Gypsy even gave me a lime in my water to give me a little more flavor. You know, fighting the scurvy on the bike. And we'll pour some of this in here. All right, this is Attack ATAQ. I've never tried it before. It smells really good. It's pineapple. All right, taste test time. It's pretty good. I've actually found that pineapple flavored stuff is some of my favorite. It tastes just kind of like a pineapple Jolly Rancher, but not as strong. Yeah, it's light. It's a light flavor. I don't like super heavily flavored things. Gonna throw that in my pocket until I find a garbage to throw that away. So I'm gonna finish eating my brownie, and then I'll probably take a little bit of video of the area, and then I'm gonna roll on home. Cute dog alert. All right, I also wanna try this. I think it's supposed to be poured into something because it's nitrogen infused, so usually you like heavy pour it into something, but I'm just gonna drink it from the can. Oh, that is delicious. Wow, so it's quiver, nitrogen infused hibiscus, caffeine free, no sugar. It says shake hard, pour fast. That's all good. So it has hibiscus flowers. I love hibiscus. I have a tattoo of hibiscus on my neck, actually. So hibiscus flowers, ginger root, orange peel, rose hips, and oh gosh, I'm gonna botch this, schisandra berry. Interesting. It tastes delicious though. Oh, little no-see-um. If you're into tea, like fizzy tea, it's not a kombucha flavor really, but if you don't like the fermentedness of kombucha, but you like the idea of like a fizzy tea, give it a try. It's delicious. All right, goodbye Paoli. It's been fun. I opted not to stay at the Hop Garden any longer because I was literally getting eaten alive, so I'm just gonna ride back to the trail and cruise on home. Oh, look at the sunset behind me. I have to stop and take a little photo, but took a little off the beaten trail version getting back onto Badger State. Nice. So normally you have to like get on the road, but there's this intersection number 11 that technically goes onto somebody's private property, but it is open for snowmobiles to hook up with the town. So I've ridden on it a couple of times. I don't think the landowners have been home the couple times I've used it, so I haven't had any trouble, but I just go up their driveway and take this little back way, and I'm right here on the trail. So I'm gonna snap a photo real quick before the sun sets on me, and make my way back north. I just can't stop taking photos of this. I don't know if anything's gonna turn out, but it's just beautiful here. There's a field over here. I took some photos in. Sunset. I just can't help myself. It's gorgeous. These cameras are good on the iPhone, but they're not great in low light. They could be better. All right, let's ride home. I have to say, one of the things I love the most is my Garmin. The night mode is amazing. I've used it for a few different rides where I have gone into nighttime, but I just love the fact that I can just use this. The battery lasts forever, and then it saves my phone from draining its battery as well, so I can, you know, do this vlog thing. So I wanted to show off some of the benefits of that down low light. So as you can see, my light is mounted on the lower part of my fork, which I think actually does a better job because you can actually see more of like the path or the road versus blinding the oncoming traffic of the cyclists ahead of you. This light isn't even on its brightest mode, but I just really like mounting my lights low because you just don't blind other people, and you can see the path a heck of a lot better. And it's walnut season, which means all the walnuts are falling off the trees, so they're very easy to hit, as well as chipmunks and other creatures trying to cross at night. So it's a really good investment. If you have a braze on there on your fork, they're not very expensive. I want to say they're like $20 or $30 if you get an American-made one from Paul Components. And then there's a company called Origin 8 that makes one as well that is a little bit less expensive. Enjoying riding in the dark. It's quiet. The path is not very busy at all at this time of night, so I quite enjoy it. Coming upon one of many amazing bike bridges we have here in the Madison area that crosses over a main road. So we've got one here, we've got one down the direction I'm pointing my camera, and then at the end of this McKee Road where it turns to Southfish Hatchery, there's another one that crosses over that. So we're very lucky here. And then I'll come up on another bridge. We have 3 of them that cross the major highway here near the west side of town, and then I think a 4th kind of closer to the south side of town. So we have really amazing bike infrastructure here in Madison, and I'm very, very happy to live here and very lucky that I get to take advantage of all of this. All right, another bridge. This is a little curly-Q one off of the Southwest commuter path. They just resurfaced this. It was kind of getting a bit bumpy and rooted out. So this crosses over by the Home Depot area. Lots of traffic. Glad I'm not in that. And then this is a nice fast downhill to Midvale Boulevard, which is another major through street on the city, or in the city. right, in the home stretch. Hate riding on this part because it's not a protected bike lane, it's just painted. I'm always paranoid some asshole is gonna hit me because people go way too fast on the road that I'm on. So sometimes I like to take video just to protect myself in case something does happen to me. Yeah, that person going way too fast. No license plate on their car. Ugh. All right, made it home. Not too shabby. Let's see if I can get this 27 miles. I realized I sort of forgot to address some of the changes I made to the bike. So I put the Widefoot cages back on the front here, took the front rack off, and then also took off the Blackburn holder that had been on there. I'm gonna try out a little something different. I've been talking to, I'm blanking on his name right now, but he owns Sturdy Bag Designs, and he actually makes cargo bags that attach specifically to these Widefoot cages that are, I think like 3 to 5 liters in size. And so I've been chatting with him about some options for my bike, and I think once he's done kind of prepping for the holiday season and everything, that I'm going to hit him up for some custom bags to fit on there to go with the bike. I would like to get some color on here. All of my bags are black. It's kind of boring. I mean, great for stealth purposes, but I don't know. I could liven things up a little bit. And for the handlebars, so I think what I'm going to try out is just using long voilet or other straps, just to strap a tent or sleeping bag or whatever that I want to put on here just directly to the handlebars. That seems to work for most people. Another option is Revelet Designs makes a little attachment that works for Jones bars. They have a couple of options. Ojeva Negra has like a simple kind of roll option that's also a handlebar mount. So I don't know, I'm gonna look into a couple of different options that I think will work better. And I think the problem with the Blackburn piece is that it comes out so far that it eats up like all the cables. With this, I could just kind of shove the cables back or work around it a little bit better to be able to put the gear that I need on the handlebars there without interference and messing up the shifters or the brakes or anything. Still in love with this Blackburn bag. It's amazing. It fits so much stuff and it fits nicely on the bike. And yeah, everything else I've been pretty stoked, pretty happy with. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get some of those bags, do maybe an overnight or two with them. The big plan for me is, and for Carrie, is to get set up for a tour to Schwamigan next spring. So as soon as the weather kind of turns and it's not freezing cold at night, we would like to go do that. I think it's 100-something miles in 3 days is what most people end up doing it in. We'll see. But my vacation time resets, I believe, at the beginning of the year. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I'll take some time off to go back up to Schwamigan with the hopes of then doing a larger tour at some point within the next couple of years. So I want to prep for that, either the Tour Divide or like a Great Lakes situation. I know there are some other bikepacking routes. The Colorado Trail would be sweet, or the Baja Divide. I have some acquaintances that have done that, so lots of really good resources. But I'm in love with this bike. It's super comfortable to ride, and I'm just stoked to continue to get new gear for it, try out new things. I'm even kind of thinking about ditching the Blackburn and putting it on the Cannondale for when I want to use it, and going with a larger seat pack because I have a heck of a lot more room now. So I could do something that mounts a little bit lower and can carry some more stuff. I just need to measure from the bottom of my seat post down to my wheel just to make sure that whatever I get is gonna fit. So yeah, that's the thing about gear. You're always changing, always trying different things out, and I love it. I love testing things, and I'm here for it. if anybody has a piece of equipment that they want feedback on, I am more than happy to be real about it, and not sugarcoat it. So, and I'm really hard on my stuff. So, yeah, my parents actually both commented on that. So I think somebody in my building liked my bike choice. There's my Fargo, and there's their Fargo. So that's the new color. That's really nice. That is sweet looking. Way more stealth than the red, which is kind of cool, but I like the red. Poppy's beautiful. She's sparkly and beautiful too. Also, like, the Jones bar on this bike is where it's at. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully this was somewhat interesting to watch. If not, I'm sorry. I do have a couple of review items that I have in the pipeline that I want to talk about. Some gear that I've had for a while that I've wanted to like really test out a little bit longer term, so I could give like a real honest, good, trusted review on each of those things. Because as much as it's fun to do like a gear overview on a new piece of gear, like you really don't know how it's going to hold up over time unless you've used it. So I have a few ideas for that. the hard part is finding a place to film such a thing, because we're getting some work done on our house. So yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Maybe see if a friend could lend me some space, or try to find like a studio space where it's quiet and I could sit and do like a proper video with a proper camera and sound and lighting and everything to do the gear justice. So since it's kind of difficult to film outdoors sometimes and the weather's kind of up in the air right now. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow Spokehaven on all the platforms, spokehaven.com. I need to update it. I know if you've gone there, I apologize, but there is some older content on there that you might like. So I just need to work a little bit harder at putting fresh content on there. So put some of my photography on there. I've been taking a lot more pictures. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Please like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. All right, see you in the next one.